Okay, we're going to start right in it without an intro because we got too much to show and we need every minute. Now, this is the younger Mona Lisa. It is a magnificent painting, as the world knows. It's very well known, and as the world is learning about my MiDion. The MiDion is the older Mona Lisa being serenaded by Jesus Christ. It's Da Vinci's complete diary. It has all of his associates and friends that have signed it, and also has his lovers' names, Melzi and Sully, and his signature. And it also has the X-ray, which was pulled out of the Mona. This particular image right here was pulled out of the Mona. And when you end up with this Mona pulled, this particular image overlays right here. I'm going to try to find my mouse. Here we go. And we take this image right here and we overlay it, and that's where she fits in the Mona, or he fits. And what you end up with out of this is you'll end up with my painting that is right behind it. And you're going to see this image here is the image which so happens to be the image that is right here. This image here is the turned X-ray of the MiDion. Listen, I have over 1,100 YouTubes. These information in which I have is 100% authentic. So when you take a look at it, you'll also find out that his lover's name, Sully, one of them, also Melzi. I don't bring Melzi out that much. It's buried in there, but I just got so much proof. It's 95. I got like 15,000 images like this. So it spells out his lover's name, S-U-L-A-I. And then it also has this buffalo guy. And then when you take that buffalo guy and you turn it, and you'll see the skull. You see the skull right in front of you? Okay, that skull is the same skull as this. And then when you do it in black and white, it comes out to be, I'm going to show you. You're going to, before I show you, you're going to see this number here. It says F. And it has this 4. Okay, we're going to get to that. Okay, one thing at a time. But when you do write it, here's the F4 written in the X-ray of the image in which they pulled out of the Mona Lisa. Okay, so this particular image right here is the, it is this image, which I mentioned earlier, this image. So all three of these are the same. This so happens to be out of the Mona Lisa, which is the hidden X-ray. This is black and white of this particular image, for it's just highlighted for your behalf, and that is pulled out of the MiDion. So those three are the same. 1, 2, 3, and that's also the F4 is going to get into telling you what the F4 means. The F, I do believe, is the beginning of the design, that when you do a drawing of a man, he uses the F. And when you use a 4, there's the beginning of 2 different ways. Now, in here, on that F4 that you just seen, that's in the X-ray of the Mona Lisa, is the same image that when I draw down on his lips. If you take a look at his lips, you'll see the F4. This, you screenshot it. That's a little F/4. But this has a /4 like a V. And there's a particular reason for that. And I'm going to explain that to you when I reduce this down to let you know Da Vinci's way in coding that he begins a man and begins a woman in the beginning of his drawings. And I'll try to explain why there's 2 different ways of 4s. One, when you end up with a full body woman, such as a young lady as the Mona Lisa, you would use the wider 4, the wider 4 angle. And when you end up with, a sleek, more, sexier or pronounced woman, as in here, you'll use the angle cut to get your numbers and your mathematical things done. Now, this particular image is also has my man's face right in here. That this is a sketching. This is a sketching of Da Vinci that that I have pulled different colors, and you can see the face. This is the face that is in his sketching when it was pulled. And when you put the 2 side by side, they're identical. This face is this area around the surrounding are twins. These are not been altered or deceive you in any way. I do not know how to fabricate, or do I have it in the will to lie. Okay, so we're going to get, this is the doggy woof woof, that in which Da Vinci done. Now, it's going to get even a little bit more better. First reason is, this is the back of the Mona. This is what it looks like, a wooden panel. So we're going to put that off, and I'm going to show you, when you take that wooden panel and you transform it, you got the Mona Lisa. You just take this and you turn it, and that's the Mona Lisa. You see, it's hidden. The Mona Lisa is hidden, another painting on the back of the Mona Lisa. And it's turned the same way. It is not a image bleeding through, because she's aiming the same way. If she was aiming the opposite way, she would be, guess what? Yes, that's true. She would be a possible explanation of a bleed through, but it is not a bleed through. So when you take it and alter it again, so you can get different highlights of hidden layers of Da Vinci, you're going to end up with this particular image. And when you end up with this particular image, you'll end up with this. You'll see that the Mona Lisa has this, I call it the elephant, another elephant. And when you open it up, that's the elephant right in front of you. I call it the elephant. Right here, this thing with a trunk, and it's the head. It's not the whole elephant in the back. He does simulate bigger ones in the back, and he copies his work. But that particular image, okay, that particular image, when you end up, okay, taking this X-ray of mine, and you turn it. When you turn it, there it is. You see it? So I'll blow it up for you. Here is the elephant. See it? That's the elephant. When you turn it, another hidden area that he has of these two. So I reduce this down, and I'll pull this up a little so you can see that these two are the same. Right there. Boom, boom. I'll move this down a little. There we go. So this elephant with the trunk is the same as this elephant. It gets even better, so hang on. These are all proofs, like I told you, and we're going to continue here for you to see. Also, when you take this particular image and you turn it back again, and you get this way, and I already told you about the writing, but there's this guy. This guy is hiding right here. This big guy. This is a big deal guy right here. He's got a Santa head, and he's got an angle cut, and he comes down with Santa boots looking, and he's hanging on to this sign that says Soli. Okay, that's Da Vinci. That guy is the same guy that so happens to be in here. So when I take this and I change it by turning it like this, and then I blow it up, that guy is actually this guy right here. He's this guy that's starting to grow and come out. He's right in here, and he floats. That is this guy right here, and I'm going to move it up, and then we got another one on top of that. So I know this one is probably more vague, but you know, you already know that I'm telling the truth. So this figure of this face is the same as this figure of this face, and his body floats down that you got buried within the head of the Mona. Well, okay, it gets even better. Okay, because when you actually have this particular way, there's this face like I told you. See this face? This particular face is a baby face, I think, of a little young girl. Okay, and it's right there. And if you take a look, that particular face right here is the same face again as right here. This face. And I got it drawn out, but I'll put it side by side, and I'll give you a little more circles. It so happens to be this round head is the same as this round head. And you can screenshot that all you want. I know it's very difficult, but you know, his work is not easy to play with, okay? So let me take a little second here. And we got the skull matches that I told you about. We got the four. We got the baby face. Oh, the snake. Yes, the snake. And then we got the riding of Sully. So I think we're into the snake and we're almost done. Let me show you the snake. The snake is this particular snake. When we take a look at this guy right here, I call him the snake. Right here. This snake is the beginning again of the works within here. Let me just open this a little more, and I'll close this down. And the snake takes a little bit of fun to remember which way he flips it. Okay. Do 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 boom 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 boom. Do do do. You know, I got so much my eyes are spinning, and I had a tremendous ordeal. So, you know, I know it's in here. I've seen it. Let's see. The snake. Where did the snake go? Oh, be damned. Look at that. He's got a lot of particular things. Well, here's the beginning of the G. Let's just jump right here. You see the G written right in there like that? Okay. That's the same G that so happens to be in my man's eye. I'm going to show you my man's eye, and you already seen the G, so I'm just going to open that up. Wow, I'm trying to figure out where I found that snake. It must be under a different layer. I got so many different items here. You see the G in the eye? See? So he hides his work in this G, which is the same that he hides in the X. I mean, out of the back of the Mona. It's about 25 days or so since. Now let me see one other thing about that snake in which we were talking about. I gotta get we in here for this deal. And whoops, here's the F4 again. Okay, you can see it, F4. So why he does that? Well, it just must be his kind of like, you know, when you put X's in certain spots. So maybe it is in this particular one that shows up more that he has done. I play with these all day, and it's kind of like, can you describe his hidden ways? And the answer is really good luck. But I'll give you a little sample right here. You can see how, if I move this down, you can see this. I know this is kind of saying vague, but here and here is the head, and you can see the angles of the ears. You also can see angle cuts of V's that he shifts over. So it goes from here to here, it goes from here to here, and it continues. And if you take a look and you go up side by side, and I shift this over, you'll see, and I know this is the worst of it, of my showings, but that's all right. I got nothing to hide. These areas, because he makes his images move. You got to get that in my YouTube for you to know. He shifts them up into here, and he shifts them and shifts them and shifts them. Da Vinci overlays his works millions and millions of times. Okay, so when you try to study, once in a while you get lucky the way he fits it. Once in a while, but this is absolute 100%. How would anybody be able to take a sketching of Da Vinci and believe to put my painting in looking at the dog's ear? And he loves dogs just like us. Okay, listen, I need a thumbs up. I need a subscribe. I need you guys to hit the notification. I need you to tell a friend. Okay, I have a book coming out, hopefully, and it's called The Sickness of a Will. And I can tell you an awful lot. And it's going to get into how to protect your property and how evil money is when siblings and certain individuals that are in the will that grab for something of that sort. So the sickness of a will, I have many beautiful, loving, protecting deals in there, and I got a lot of sickening things in which have occurred too. So God bless you all. Don't forget the sterile variant. I want you to wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask. And don't forget, it's God bless the whole world, universe, and heavens. There's your YouTube Kids, not affiliated. I highly recommend it. I hope you subscribe to it because it does protect the children, and I do love children, and I hope you do too. So go ahead and check into it for all of us. And sorry about that snake one in the end. I just kind of misplaced the actual real piece, but a pretty good YouTube. In Jesus' name, amen.